Like that.
All right, and we are live. Hello and welcome, dear viewer. We are the Player 2 podcast members. My name is Duck McGavin, and I will be your moderator for today. Today, I am joined by Map Killer,
What's up, y'all?
Fearless,
Hey there.
Ski, Cold as Ice,
It's me, Uncharted Ski. What's going on, everybody?
and our special guest, Ain't With It.
What up? What up?
All right, now today's going to be a relatively sparse newsy type day. We got E3 coming. Everyone's super hyped, but unfortunately means not a
hell
lot's
yeah.
going on. Everyone's holding their wad, waiting to burst. So first, we have Far Cry 5, the racist
Oh
edition.
Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, Far Cry 5 should be good, I guess, but they're kind of pumping them Far Cries out a little too fast. I don't know.
Turn to Texas Creed. Like it's
Yeah, exactly.
milk it till it gets too kind of stale. Like I mean, what I've seen didn't make like a big leap in graphics either from the previous in Shanghai or Shangri-La or whatever. So I don't know.
Well,
I
as
mean,
far as graphics go, I'm not too worried. I'm pretty okay with where graphics are right now. I mean, I like pretty games. I love Horizon, but I'm more interested in the fact that they're actually tackling a somewhat more sensitive subject because we spend a lot of time shooting brown people. And I don't know about you,
It's true.
but something like this, we're like, hey, we're on American soil dealing with actual crazy people, but Americans.
America's good. It's a new territory.
A new territory, but it's still, I mean, it is. They're pumping them out too quick. I mean,
will
either way.
agree on that. But I do, I
They're
like
kinda-
the
they're
story,
running
I
into
like the
ground.
setting.
Thing is, Ubisoft, they're good at taking a franchise and let's kill you with it while we're making money, and then when we stop making money, we're gonna hold back for a little bit. Like
Well,
that's what they do with
every
Assassin's
Far
Creed,
Cry
kind
they
of.
put out
But
has been a good game.
that Evolve one or whatever, was that? Did you play that one? The dinosaurs?
I did not play.
Yeah,
not,
see?
it was
Not Evolved. It was something
Great
else. It
show.
wasn't Evolved. It wasn't Evolved. It was another, but it was something with dinosaurs or some shit. Far
where
Cry.
it was
I don't know.
basically the same map. It
Primal.
was like a DLC.
Primal.
Yeah, Primal.
Yeah, Primal.
It was basically the same map, just touched up differently.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But to be fair, that was an expansion.
Was it only an expansion? You sure?
It was
think it
pretty
was
much
standalone.
an expansion. It was
It
a
was
standalone
standalone, though.
product, but it was
Yeah.
pretty much an expansion.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I mean, even if it's like they're still, is it the same engine that they're using? Because then that's another expansion. Like, are they redoing it? Are they making it new? Are they making it look better? Are they doing something to make it play
From what
better?
I
Because
understand,
if
they are
not, and they're
making
just
it look
making new
better, and they are
characters.
adding new things to it.
Okay.
Well, the gameplay's there. I mean, it's got good gameplay. You
Oh,
watch
it does.
It's
Yeah.
there, but just I don't know. They're kind of milking it. Like Call of Duty used to be like good when it came out in the beginning. Like, oh, shit, they made this huge leap, but they just watered it down so much. Like, I don't even care about it anymore. Like, it's just the
Yeah,
same
that's true.
shit every
Hey,
year. Like,
I heard that, speaking of Call of Duty, just a little tidbit, I heard that Modern Warfare 2 is coming out standalone release now.
oh,
So all the people
wow.
that bought it, all the people that bought it to pay 60 to get the other one or whatever, just to get it, or 80, whatever the fuck it was, I don't know. Like, they got screwed because now it's going to come out for 20 and you could just get it by itself. They're like, we sold you this piece of crap one and then you just bought it just because of this. We attached to it.
I'm just,
Some of these marketing execs need to be taken out back at a company building.
Hey, Fearless, I mean, help us out, Fearless, you know? You can help us out on that.
they just need to be taken out back and feedback for the business decisions they make.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
They screw us all.
They do make some stupid decisions. You're right on that.
now, in all seriousness, this is going to be something that we haven't seen before. This is basically, we're going against religious zealots. Like, what is it? The something other Baptist Church of Crazy Pants up north?
Well, Outlast 2.
Basically protesting
I don't know,
everything.
but all them Baptist church men are fucking crazy, man. They boycott Disney because they said they were bad for your children. I mean, Jesus Christ. Look, only thing
But this is
children
us
can
really
watch.
going up against religious zealots, but these are still true American citizens. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
do you
but it's
think
kind of blown out
that's
proportions.
interesting? It's for the most part, story-wise, it's completely different from every other Far Cry.
Well, that's true, but not
do you
really.
think it's different
It's
enough?
different. No, it's not, because it's just different in what? The setting? Because think about Far Cry, like Far Cry 2 or Far Cry 3. I think it was Far Cry 2, the one where it's like you're still fighting all these people. You're fighting these wars in another country, but it's still oppression here and oppression there, and you're fighting for one side or
I'm
the
just
other.
saying it's a different story.
Yeah, a different storyline, but it's still the same.
Yeah,
Like, it's not changed
for
that
someone
much.
like me, when I play a game like Far Cry, I understand everyone wants to blow up an elephant and all that nice stuff. I'm actually there for the story.
Yeah, I am too.
Blowing up an elephant is nice.
Well, here's the thing.
Or
Far
riding into
Cry,
battle on a tiger is cool.
the best Far Cry was the one Crytek made, by far. and it was nothing like any of these other Far Cry's. Ubisoft took this thing and they turned it into like a realistic like shooting game. Like Far Cry had monsters and shit in it, some crazy experiments, all kinds of stuff happened at the end. Like it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then they changed it completely into just this regular basic, like, let's not have any kind of sci-fi or any kind of different thing, and let's just make it just realistic, real world. And I don't know, I don't like that as much. I like the original Far Cry.
I would like a new Crisis game in the same vein of Far Cry.
Well, they're making not Crisis, but they're making a new game. Crytek is making a 2-on-2 shooting game called, God, what's the name of it? Oh, they're gonna show it at E3. A 2-on-2 shooting game multiplayer, and it's like, God, it looked. I don't know, it looked cool.
See it.
Yeah, it looked cool. There's a trailer. I can't fucking remember the name of it, man, but there's a trailer. I saw it just yesterday.
I got a question.
Looked pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
What do you two think of Far Cry 4? I noticed that either of you brought it up.
I got it. I never played it that much. I played it some. It was fun, but I never beat it. I never went all the way through it.
I enjoyed the multiplayer, honestly.
Yeah.
Like the story was pretty good. I enjoyed it, but the multiplayer is why I kept playing.
Yeah, the last one I played all the way through was Far Cry 3.
Wasn't it set in Nepal or something?
It was set somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. Jungle area, I don't know.
Generic Jungle Island B.
Exactly. Exactly.
There was green, there was water. That's all I remember. Also sand.
True.
All right. Next, we have... I would like to add my entire life I have loved SquareEnix, but I'm starting to get to the point where I'm playing a lot less of their games, partially because they don't come out.
Well, that's true. You're right about that. I mean, Final Fantasy 15 was pretty good, though. But
it took a long
15 was good. 10 years later.
It only took 10. I think it was 13 or some shit. 12. It was over 10.
I already told y'all about this.
I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm rounding down. Let me have my moment.
I told y'all about this, but I was a senior in high school when they announced 15, right?
Huh.
And look how old I am now.
You sound old, goddamn.
Yeah, I think I was like a freshman in high school or about to get out of middle school when I was watching it on the computer. It was right around this. It wasn't right around the same time that they were announcing the Wii. So I remember. It
was when they announced the PlayStation, because what they did was they announced Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy Versus 13, which is what 15 ended up being, and then another one, Final Fantasy 14 or 12 or one of those. 13.
I am so glad that they took all the 13 out of 15. It might technically be in a similar world, but you cannot tell, and I am so glad.
Well, you didn't like 13 at all?
With a burning passion, I hate Hope.
Oh, bullshit. Fuck, no, why? Why?
You know what, I hate it.
Whiny little. I played through all 13, and then I got the 13.
You hated Lightning, though? You hated Lightning? She was the main character.
Lightning was okay.
Awesome, Lightning's
I liked the dude with the afro and the chocobo in his head. He was the best.
Yeah, that was cool too. I mean, he was cool too. Hey, look, the original. Did you play any of them but the original 13?
I played
2 and 3,
13, 2, and Lightning Returns.
Okay, well,
I
like
played
13, 2,
so
like the 13, 2 was
like these games. It is from a place of I tried.
Well, 13-2 was great. 13-2 out of all of them was the best one.
13-2 was definitely the best one.
It was the best one, and it was great. It had a lot of play value.
Halfway through.
I don't care about the story. It had crazy amounts of like bounties and side missions and stuff. I love stuff like that. Like I got platinum.
I
got platinum on that bitch.
About the story.
Yeah,
I like gameplay. But if the story's good enough, I can get through okay gameplay.
See, I'm a gameplay guy. Like, I'm gameplay first. If it's got great gameplay, I'm in on it. You know, I don't give a fuck about the story. It's not that big a deal. You know, because that's what gets you playing.
The Deadpool game that came out for PS3 and Xbox is not a good game. It is not a good game.
Didn't even hear about it.
The story is amazing.
Oh, really?
If you want to play a game that is all Deadpool, that is your game. It is Deadpool to the letter. Even makes fun of the fact that it's not a great game. It knows. I love Deadpool.
It's like, I know it's a bad game.
But I did not play the game for the gameplay. I played the game for Deadpool.
Yeah. See, I'm a gameplay guy. If it doesn't have gameplay, I can't play it. If it's got shit gameplay, you can go ahead and fuck that.
I love Overwatch because of the world that I'm in. And I love playing. Speaking of
See,
it,
Destiny is the reason why you play it is because of the gameplay. Honestly, there's not story. There was never story in it.
Well, I like
the fucking guns feel good to shoot. They always did.
I like being a part of the world.
Well, that's true, and it's fun to be part. And there's a social aspect of Destiny too that gets you in it. But it's kind of the same thing.
But anyway, what do we think? How many of us have actually played Final Fantasy VII cover to cover?
I've played it. I've gotten it all the way. I've gotten everything in it. I've gotten the fucking Knights of the Round, all that shit. Played all of it.
I couldn't find the
Whole
Knights
thing,
of the Round, but I
100%.
got just about everything else.
That's why I don't.
I finally beat it last year for the first. I played it as a kid, but I could never get past like the second disc, and so I just like lost interest in it.
Yeah.
But I came back to it and beat it finally last year on when it got re-released on PlayStation 4.
So you're the most fresh on it. What do you think of it, Ain't?
Well, I'm excited for the remake because like I was always hyped about it as a kid anyway. It's just like a cool game. The story was awesome. The environment, like the post-apocalyptic world, we got a meteor coming down, like all like everywhere characters dressed. Like it was a great gameplay. So the story was amazing. Even the dialogue was really good. Like you had to read it all, but it was worth reading because they would say it's like funny shit or some deep shit. They would say like it was just all around solid game. Like it's just like the pinnacle. That was like my personal all-time favorite game. It was like the pinnacle of gaming for me at that point. Like I didn't get to play Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask or like on Nintendo. All I had was a PlayStation rule. That's why it's like my personal favorite. But if I had a Nintendo,
No, I mean, look, Final Fantasy VII at the time was one of the best games ever. So I can see why you're connected to it and hooked to it, especially if it was your first Final Fantasy too.
Yeah,
that's kind of like
the only one I ever played until 15. Like, I'm not even a fan of that kind of genre of games. Like, I don't really play those kind of games. But that
JRPGs.
Yeah, but it brought me in. Like it was just like I like the style of it, and it's like how it kind of the story it had too. Like it couldn't help get into this. I think anybody could get into that kind of game. It's like
definitely.
Well, the interesting thing about the 7 remake is, from what I understand, the gameplay is going to be similar to 15. So we're going to have a completely different mechanic. It's not even a remake; it is a reimagining of 7.
I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. I want classic turn-based on 7. Damn it.
From what I heard, they are going to have a similar system that is going to be turn-based-ish. If that makes sense.
Okay. As long as it like if it can feed off the original, like fight system and make it better, that's fine. Yeah. But just don't kill it completely. Like it has to have that same flow. Like I like the turn-based system. I still do. If they ever go back to it, I have no problem with that because I like it. I really like it. It's fun.
If you do like that, I would advise the team who made I Am Setsuna is working on a new game. I believe it's going to be exclusive to the PS4 or the Switch. One or the other.
I think it was Switch. Yeah, I think it was Switch. I saw that.
But I Am Setsuna is on the Switch, and I advise if you do like turn-based stuff, that is a beautiful game.
Yeah, I thought about getting it. If it goes on sale, I'll get it.
It is definitely worth it when it goes on sale. No, I already played it before, but when it does go on sale, I might end up playing through it again.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's on sale right now on Steam, but...
What about Kingdom Hearts? Am I the only one here who's played every Kingdom Hearts game aside from that weird mobile game that came out in Japan?
I've played like one of them, but I like them. They're great games.
I got Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 on PS2, and that's all I played.
Yeah, 1 and 2. I played those too.
Those are the ones I played too.
If you can find a way via YouTube or any other way, I advise you try to absorb all the story. It is convoluted nonsense, but it is beautiful.
I mean, the style is always amazing with it.
At the same time, I will say right now to anyone listening or watching, keep in mind the latest game that came out on the 3DS, Dream Drop Distance, I believe it is, which is now on PS4 as 2.8 Remix. That's actually integral to the story. You might consider playing that before you actually play 3.
When is 3 coming out again?
3 comes out in 2020, so you got a while.
Make sure you play 2.1, 2.3, 2.5, 2.7, 2.75, and 2.8 beforehand.
I'm hoping by then the prices will finally go down.
How much is that though? Play all of those. How much is that?
I know, right?
I believe the older one is $40 and the newer one is $60, which is complete bollocks. So I would say wait until they go down or until there's a sale. Personally, I love these games. I mean, they are not worth $60. Not for that being that old.
Play it in 3 years and you'll be caught up. It'll be like $15 in 2019.
Yeah. Do keep in mind, like all these games together, that's a few hundred hours of gameplay, so you might want to get it like a couple months in advance, at least.
So all we gotta do is survive until 2020, and then we can play it.
Good luck with that.
Assuming all things go well
Hey,
within America.
I plan on surviving for 2020. I don't give a fuck what goes on. I'm gonna survive, goddamn. Trust that. Trust that.
Set out the truck.
Trust that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll be here.
Map has cockroach-like endurance, so
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You can't
Also-
kill me, motherfucker.
I would like to bring
I'll
up
still be
another
drinking
thing.
liquor.
What do y'all think of the fact of 2.8, which came out, which does have Dream Drop Distance, which is kind of integral to the whole Kingdom Hearts story? I'm not saying all the other side ones aren't, but this one is actually, taking place right after 2. So it is the first one since 2 came out to actually go forward.
I'm sorry. I
And
never
on
had
top
any
of that,
interest in
I never
spin-offs or
played
remakes.
any of the point games. That's the problem. Ever. Once they
Any
started
of the
putting
point
points
games?
on them, any of the 2-point this and
Well,
you know
all
what I
the
mean?
point ones is when they started basically bundling them together. All those games were out
Yeah.
individually, but this
Okay,
is just them
okay.
bundling them.
Yeah, I only played the first 2, and anything past that.
Yeah. But I do advise trying. But what do y'all think of the fact that there is a very small, like 4-hour demo, effectively, which is more or less Kingdom Hearts 4's engine? No, 3. Sorry, not
Damn.
4. I did not say 4. No one know that exists. It does not.
2035, Kingdom Hearts 4.
2025. That's funny. It's gonna be like 2050, at least.
2039, I say.
None of us are going to be alive by then.
Nah. But what do y'all think about this little nice piece of story being put in what is essentially, even though I think it's mandatory, an optional game?
I think sucks.
Because to me personally, it seems like Square is trying to get all your money.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're just doing it for a development person. It gets more fun to keep a development cycle going, like because it costs a lot of money to keep developing a game for years and years and years. You got staff, you got to pay. So I mean, they're pushing it forward, like you said. Did they incorporate any new gameplay type of stuff in there, or just like, mechanics and just added story stuff?
From what I understand, it's just the general engine and the way that the combat and everything else is going to be working in 3. Put into more or less a small demo, but it is a unique story that won't be in 3 itself.
I mean, if you were deep into Kingdom Hearts, and yeah, I said kudos to them. But outside of that, like everybody else, just want the damn sequel already.
I just hate the fact that I paid $40 for Dream Drop Distance for my 3DS. Keep in mind, I love this game. It's possibly even my favorite Kingdom Hearts game. I loved it.
Hey, I don't want to hear anyone complaining about getting sequels until I get Half-Life 3, assholes. So y'all can fuck off on the sequel comments. Give me Half-Life 3! You hear me, Gavin? Give it to me, fucker.
Hey, yo, calm down, dog. Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying that I'm complaining about it. I'm just saying, like, I'm tired. I've gotten to this point where, as much as I love Square, but I'm feeling harder and harder. Like I've said before, vote with your wallet. I'm getting to the point where I don't want to support Square because constantly they're trying to reach for more and more money.
I'm kind of scared with the development switching on that Final Fantasy VII to straight Square because, man, it's going to take 5 more years if they're doing it, like, in-house.
And I don't know if you heard,
Yeah.
Square was talking about basically, like, you know how the Hitman game that they put out, right? That came out episodically?
Yeah, I saw
They're
it.
talking about doing more and more of their games like that.
Oh, God. See,
Wow.
this is what they're going to
Which
do
is
all their
funny,
games like that.
considering that they just
Right?
sold off the studio that does Hitman along with
Ouch.
Hitman.
Really?
Either
Well,
they
you know
sold off
that the only
IP,
thing that has
or they sold off
saved
the
them,
studio, or they sold off both.
the only thing that has saved Square is the Western studios they own.
Oh yeah,
They were getting tanked on Japanese side, their home studio, but they got IDOS and they got these fucking companies that are making
Tomb
great
Raider
games.
was a
You got
great success for
Deus
them.
Ex, and they got making these good games, and that's what pretty much what they're going to do is they're going to take these little companies and say, well, hey, when we get in financial trouble, we'll just sell these guys, and then we'll keep going. And that's kind of wrong, but that's what's going to happen. I hope they get it together, man, because I love Square Enix, and they can make good games.
I've loved them since they were SquareSoft.
Yeah, me too.
They just keep making these decisions that just. I feel like
they make great games and they push the limits always.
The original Tomb Raider, it did not make the money that they wanted to, even though it sold great because of how much money they spent on it. And it seems like a lot of the times they just don't understand how to properly manage their own money.
They have budget problems, in other words.
Yeah.
It's like, they're like, we're going to spend $100 million on this game and hope we get it back. Oh shit, we didn't sell enough copies. Damn.
Like a company like Rockstar can do that, but that's because they've been making games like Grand Theft Auto for long enough that everyone just says, all right, Rockstar's making a game. All right, I'm buying it. It doesn't matter what they're making.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, Rockstar does make great games, but SquareEnix been around a lot longer. SquareEnix just got bad financial, people running their company, man. Because fuck, Rockstar takes forever to make games.
Also, you have to consider the fact that with Square, even if you do like 13, as far as popularity goes, it gave them Square a big hit to the point where a lot of people just like, all right, cool, I'm done with Square. I'm stubborn, and I decided that I'm going to stay with these terrible people.
Well, what's crazy is that 13 was not a bad game. People that hate on 13 like it was the worst game they ever played, they're not
13 was a functional game. It did everything it was supposed to do. I just could not be bothered to care.
It was fine. It was a good Final Fantasy game. It was different. The fight system was fun. It was not mechanically broken.
I did not think it was fun. I thought it was so
I liked it.
It was autoplay.
It was fast. No, it wasn't. It was fast. You could go in. It wasn't autoplay because once it got later on and
throughout
you had
most of the game, once I got to a configuration that I wanted, I literally switched between two configurations, just back and forth, and the game basically played itself.
I guess. No.
Maybe that's my fault for exploiting the game. But at the same time,
13 wasn't that. 13.2 was awesome. 13, the first one was kind of slack.
With the combat, I will admit.
Yeah, they did. They did a lot better.
Let me guess, Duck. You switched between Tireless Charge and let's see here.
Once again, you're gonna use names, and I can't remember names.
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't know those names either.
All I remember is I had one that was
defensive
or healing, and then I had one that was excessively offensive. So I basically regenerate, attack, regenerate, attack, regenerate, attack.
Yeah, Army of One and Tireless Charge.
Sounds about right. I needed 2 buttons to win. And again, partially my fault, but they gave me the systems to use them.
It's kind of funny you say you hate Hope, but he's the one that made Tireless Charge work.
I know, right? Hope, there was nothing wrong with Hope. He's hating on Hope for no reason.
Terrible character.
Why? Why?
He is whiny. He is useless.
He was awesomely strong.
They try to build him up to have any kind of character development, but the entire time I'm thinking, man, you are a complete...
What about Snow? Do you like Snow? Is he all right?
Snow is a bad ass.
Okay. At least you like him.
I have no problems with Snow. I mean, he can be a little whiny and emo sometimes and a little dumb. But
all the people in that game are a little emo, always.
Snow makes it work.
Except for Saz.
Well, that's true. You're right. You're right about that.
And there is a small part of me that thought, I'm not saying Sarah's useless.
Sarah was good. Not in the first one. She was awesome in the second one.
In the first one, she felt like a goddamn MacGuffin. Like, why are we doing this for the MacGuffin? Yeah. What's the MacGuffin? It's the MacGuffin. Don't worry about it. And I did like, what was the other 2 girls that you met at the same time? The one with the weird antler staff.
And Vanilla.
Fang and Vanilla.
Fang. Fang was good though. Fang was better in the second one, but she was always good in both of them. Like in the
second one, Fang was an amazing character. My problem was overall, all the games were incredibly underwhelming compared to all the Final Fantasy I'd played.
Yeah, I mean they were like the first one was super linear too. Like 13 was like straightforward path. There was nothing to go on to the side.
When 13 came out and I played that game, that was the prettiest game I had seen thus far.
Yeah, that's the thing. Square will take a hardware and they will tweak it out to where they use every bit of that hardware every time.
And
they always do that.
What was disappointing about 13 too, the environments, like the characters were fine. A lot of the environments were muddy, low res, complete crap.
Well, I think they wanted to make the game a lot bigger there, so they kind of cut on stuff like that.
They wanted to make it fast, and they made it.
They wanted to make it big and fast and play better because they got so much flack on the original.
If they would have made 13.2 within like maybe 2 or more years later, I'm pretty sure I would have loved that game.
Do you really want them to delay more games, Ducky? Come on.
Yes, I want more games to delay to actually come out good.
Don't tell Square to delay games, man, because you won't get Kingdom Hearts till 2022. Yeah.
Well, look at a game like Zelda. Zelda got delayed from the Wii U. And as I've said before, the Wii U version, not saying I wouldn't have loved it. I love everything Zelda. I suck on the Nintendo cock all the live long day. But looking at that game compared to the game that I got, I am so glad that it took that long because they made it better.
I guess,
Right.
but it's still on the Wii U, and it's still the same game. I mean, it just looks a little better on
It's
Switch.
still the same game.
But
I'm just saying
Nintendo,
that
look,
extra
Nintendo
time-
delaying a game is a little different because the Nintendo will delay a game, but they're not going to delay it for 5 years like Square did. And when it comes out, I guarantee there won't be a glitch in it.
Oh yeah, that's just the way Nintendo works.
Yeah, I mean,
The-
Square,
the
even
closest
Final
thing-
Fantasy 15 had glitches after how many years? You
The
know?
closest thing that I've ever seen to a Nintendo having a problem the first time was with Breath of the Wild, where there was a small frame rate dip.
No, actually,
Hold on.
Skyward Sword. I'll bring Skyward Sword on Wii U or Wii, or I think it was on Wii. My bad, on Wii. The Zelda game. There was a game-ending glitch in it. If you did something, if you did something like prior to like, if you went to a certain position in the map prior to like a certain part in the story, it would kill your fucking game. And they had to put out like they didn't even do patching back then with the Wii, so it was like they put out some like a save file that you could get if it happened. You know what I mean? So it would be
I never
right at
had
that
a
point.
problem. I played
Yeah.
that game like
I never
5 or
did.
6 times.
It was some random shit though. It was like you had to do some shit that you would never do, but apparently some people did it.
like hop
and-
on one leg, rub your tummy, and
Yeah,
roll,
it
roll
was
your
some
boat
craziness. Yeah, it was a big long. There was numerous steps to get it to glitch like that. But it's like if you did that in that right succession, like your game was done. It would break your game, and you could not go any further.
Hmm.
But that was the only one I can think of that ever did that on a Nintendo console. But they fixed
All
it
right.
relatively as quick as they could.
Can I get you both to get off your knees and face away from Nintendo's pants for a second?
No, because
no.
Nintendo's awesome, Fearless. So just face that fact,
I
buddy.
understand
Because you
that
would
we
not
got
have
Nintendo
consoles
bites.
without Nintendo.
Tell us, spit it out, Fearless. Spit it out.
I understand
Alright.
that we got Nintendo bites, but we gotta fit at least a little Nintendo into these podcasts.
That's
Me and
true,
Matt have
man.
been very reserved when it comes to Nintendo.
I'm telling you. And Nintendo has they made consoles. So without Nintendo, there would be no PlayStation or no
I have a question for
Microsoft.
Doug.
And
That's
I
a
don't-
fact.
we're gonna do
That's
our
a fact.
We're gonna do our
Nintendo showed Sony how to make consoles, man.
We're
You
gonna
know
do
that?
our outro here in a second, but I did want to bring up one thing that I thought was very interesting. There has recently been an Xbox survey that came out that has a lot of Nintendo-centric questions.
Nice.
Even specifically asking about the Switch, like, what do you like about the Switch? Which one of these parts of the Switch is a downside for you? Making me think, could they be turning maybe like, because Windows has the Surface, could they make like a gaming rig Surface device? Which
They're
I
gonna
would be
try,
very interested
but
in.
yeah, but I don't think they're gonna be able to compete with Nintendo because they're gonna make some crazy expensive shit.
No one competes with Nintendo when it comes to mobile.
Handheld wise, yeah, they're not gonna be able to. They're gonna make some expensive ass shit.
And
that
now
people
that
aren't gonna buy.
Nintendo has started making all the Pokemon games for mobile and all these other Nintendo games for mobile, I would be worried if I was any mobile developer,
I
honestly.
mean, but look at the market. Nintendo has a better grasp over like the general audience type of market than Xbox can. Like they make like mature games on Xbox. Like you dealing with
Yeah,
teenagers,
that's true.
and adults. But Nintendo, everybody can play a Nintendo game.
Well, that's
Little
what's smart about Nintendo, though. It's like Disney. You know, they make something that everyone can watch. You know, Disney movies for the most part, maybe they're cartoons, but you know, for them, they're pretty good. Like an adult can go and watch them. You know, same thing with Nintendo. You can still play them. Well, I'm not saying everyone. I'm saying, you know,
I did like
some
Moana,
here and there.
Fearless. I'm with you on
I haven't
that.
seen that one. I haven't seen that one.
It has The Rock in it, so I have to see it, just like Baywatch. I have to see it. It's
You're gonna go see Baywatch? Come on.
I will watch it for free when it comes out on my TV eventually.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
not
gonna say,
paying for that
if you went
garbage.
to a movie for that, man,
I'm
damn,
just
I'd have to-
saying, if my
Damn.
DVR tells me, hey, Baywatch is going to be on and it's got The Rock sweetness, I'm going to watch it.
I mean, you are straight, right?
I am straight.
What's wrong with that, Phil? That's why he can't have a man crush. Can't have a little man crush and be straight.
What are you talking about?
The Rock is fan-dabby-dozy. He is an amazing man. I am mad jelly of all that he is.
And he's got that eyebrow.
Uh-huh.
Watch out for that.
Raise my eyebrow. But anyway, we are running a hair long, so I'm going to close off. If you stick around, we are going to have the podcast extras where we talk about this and that and whatever at the end. And we have our guest, Ain't, who is with us. And if you want to be a guest just like Ain't, you can leave a little message or whatever in the doobly-doo down below. We're also going to do comments at the end of this. You can say, hey, I want to be a part of this. Also, I'm trying to take emails. No one's emailed me yet because apparently I'm not important enough. We're working on that. But my email if you want to get anything to us or to me, is the same as my name, duckmcgavin@gmail.com. Send everything you got. But I have been your moderator, as I said, Duck McGavin at Gmail, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. I have been joined today by the Map Killer.
What's up? If you want to holler at me at Map Killer FPSV on YouTube or Map Killer on Twitch and Twitter. And I'm doing a lot of Destiny stuff. I've been doing a lot of videos. Just check them out.
A lot of streams of that Lighthouse stuff.
Yeah, trying. We're trying.
And then we have Fearless.
Hey there, Fearless here. You can find me on YouTube as Fearless Soul, Twitch and Twitter is Fearless Soul. It's been a pleasure talking with you today.
And then we have Ski, Cold as Ice.
It's me, Uncharted Ski. Catch me on YouTube and Twitter at Ski and Cold as Ice. I have a whole bunch of Uncharted content on my channel, so check me out.
And finally, a long time coming, our very special guest, Ain't With It.
Thanks, guys, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. I'd like to give a shout out to the Cartier. He has personal hardships he's going through. Wasn't able to make it tonight, so he called me to come in, as well as just spend some time with you guys. It's been a blast. Just keep me your thoughts, and it's been fun. Okay, look forward to the next guest.
And we all send our love to Cardi, that's for sure.
Yep.
All right. Now, our little podcast extra, since we didn't quite have time for it, I would like to briefly talk about Microsoft is slowly starting to worry me about actually being competent.
No, why?
Because looking at their Xbox Game Pass, having over 100 games is like Sony PlayStations now, except for the fact you can just download the game to your console, play it whenever you want, online, offline.
I mean, that's cool, though.
Simple.
That's cool. It's better. It's better.
Yeah.
PlayStation now, I understand the streaming thing. Once internet in America gets great, that'll be awesome. Streaming, but if you don't have good internet, you're fucked. You're not playing them games, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna start lagging. You're gonna start, it's like that's why Xbox did that, because they know some people got all right internet connections, but they're not gonna be able to stream the game the whole time. Their shit's gonna lag down. It's gonna go. The speed's gonna go up and down. So they said, hey, you could download them on our service. So
they learned from everything that Sony did wrong.
Yeah, I give props to them for that, because that's right.
Yeah, how much does that cost, the Game Pass with the Xbox anyway?
Give me a second. I do not actually know the price.
I think it's like a $50, 50 or 60.
Because that's good
year.
for
all for $9.99 a month.
Okay, no, more than $9 a month. Okay, so you're talking about 120 a year.
120 a year, but $10 a month. That's like a Netflix, right? I don't Netflix.
Yeah, but I mean, if you really if it has enough games to where you can just pay that and play games all year, and maybe you buy one or two here and there that are new, that's all right.
It is access to over 100 there's Xbox One games on it as well, apparently.
Oh, nice. It does? Oh, I thought it was just 360 and stuff.
Over 100 Xbox One and backwards compatible games, and that library is going to keep building and building.
Yeah, no doubt.
I pay enough subscriptions, and I don't spend enough time in the ORZ as well, so...
Well,
but if I could pay $10 a month to basically play, for the most part, any first-party games that I want, because most of the games that I buy are generally Sony exclusives.
Sony don't have exclusives.
Horizon?
Okay. Yeah, that one. Name another one.
Bloodborne. I believe Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming exclusive.
There ain't many. There ain't many. They got more than Xbox. They got more than Xbox. There's not many.
God of War, come on now. More than Xbox, I say. I mean, it's not that
More
many.
than Xbox.
More than Xbox.
Then I have more Nintendo. I'll bring Nintendo back.
Sony's always had more than Xbox. Xbox never really got along on their exclusive. They got along on the fact that they had it on online.
Well, motherfuckers own Rare, but they just shitting on that because they got a lot of IPs they could use for exclusive games right there. But that's a whole nother
waiting for
issue.
a Conquer game.
Where's Perfect Dark? That was an awesome first-person shooter. Give me a Perfect Dark. Oh my god. What, 360? I never played that one. On 360? I never played that one.
Yeah, they tried to make it big.
It was no good though?
It was alright. It was basic, I guess. It wasn't really something new that you could really get into.
That's what sucks, because it's the original Perfect Dark was like awesome. Like it was like GoldenEye to the 10th degree. Like multiplayer was off the charts. Like that's where they need to focus Perfect Dark in
Now,
multiplayer.
GoldenEye, trying to make a GoldenEye game is hard as is ever going to be because of all the licenses.
Oh yeah, well they can never remake GoldenEye because of that. It would cost them like millions, they said, to get that license back to remake it. So it's not worth it. That's why they're never going to do it.
No
which
odd
sucks.
jobs.
Oh my God, I was always Jaws. Jaws is my guy. Fuck odd Jaws. I'm telling you, Jaws was taller than everybody. At regular height, he could shoot you right in the face at regular range. Oh my God, I love Jaws. He was awesome.
So you were that joke around with your
Hey, but Oddjob was a bitch. Because if Oddjob came at me, I had to duck. I had to shoot like way down. That motherfucker was so short. I had to shoot way down to hit him. I love Golden. Great game.
Now, speaking of subscriptions, I understand we're going to be doing our Nintendo bites, but I think we're going to have a good chunk to say about ARMS. So I don't mind talking about this. I don't know if you heard that
the subscription service
for Nintendo. Yeah.
Yeah, $20 a year, and you get you get well, you're gonna get NES games. That's the only ones they confirmed.
From what it sounds like, you
whole
can just
libraries. Yeah,
it's gonna be just like Xbox's Game Pass, but for $20.
Yeah, which will cover all the NES games. Yeah, you could just play whatever NES games they got on there. But they were real cautious to not say nothing about Super Nintendo games, so they're going to charge you for Super and 64.
Well, I think that they're worried about it encroaching on the fact that they want to make a Super Nintendo classic, and once the Super Nintendo classic has its limelight, then they'll discontinue that and then add it to the service probably, which is smart because then you can sell those games and then sell them again.
Well, you know, Nintendo's been selling us the same games for 20 years.
The same game once a year because they made a new hardware, a new version, and once that it doesn't transfer over, oh, that's a shame.
Hey, and you'll still buy it, and you'll feel like you got a good deal.
20 plus times in my life.
And they know how to pay at Nintendo.
They do.
Bring back Castlevania.
Oh, they are. Did you hear about the Castlevania Netflix?
Yes.
Oh God.
Castlevania is coming to Netflix. A show. What? Yes. What? Castlevania.
Animated show.
Yes. Look it up. There's a trailer. Look it up. There is a trailer for Castlevania. No, it's live action. Doesn't it? Live action? I think it's live action. Is it anime?
It's coming out though.
That was animated.
Maybe it's animated. Maybe it is.
Maybe
I saw one. It's later this year. Later this year. It's coming out later this year. But yeah, Castlevania, man. It's gonna be cool.
I want another good Castlevania game so bad.
Me too. I love Castlevania.
I'm straight.
Yeah, you're right. Castlevania was awesome. But Castlevania is a Metroid game. It's a Metroid type.
That's why they call them Metroidvanias.
Yes, it's like we need another Metroid game. Really, we need a Metroid game. Really, we need Metroid Prime 4. Give me that.
Now, what would you prefer? Would you prefer another first-person Metroid, or would you like to see another side?
I want a first-person Metroid. I want Metroid Prime 4. I love that thing.
Oh my God! I ever played was the first one.
Hey,
because I know one of my favorite Metroid games is Metroid Fusion for the Game Boy Advance.
My favorite Metroid game, honestly, is Metroid. My Super Metroid for Super Nintendo. But I love the Metroid Prime games, and I love first-person shooters. But they were just awesome. They were fun.
Yeah.
I think in this day and age, if you want to sell a lot of games, make it a first-person shooter, let Retro do it. That thing will be off the chain. I mean, Retro was great with those games.
And we haven't seen what Retro's working on.
They're doing it. I think they're doing it. Nintendo's pretty smart. They're doing it. The last thing they worked on was Donkey Kong, which was an awesome game. It was an awesome game. Don't get me wrong, but
Tropical Freeze.
Yeah, Tropical Freeze. It was a great game.
With Cranky Kong. Hey,
they made Donkey Kong Rare was hard back in the day, but they made it they upped that hardness. It was ridiculous. I was like, holy shit! My favorite little mine carts. Oh my god, I love those boards. Love them.
I played through the first one for the Wii. Was it with my friend?
Was there a Wii one?
The first one was the Wii, the one that Retro made.
No, that was Wii U.
No, that was Wii. Tropical Freeze was on Wii U. Yeah.
What was the first one they made then? I got them both, but I don't remember.
I don't remember the name of it. I'll look it up. But yeah, me and my friend were playing through it, and it's another one of the things. I'm not saying I'm bad or good at it. I'm saying if he wasn't there to help me, there were some levels that were straight evil.
Yeah, there
Like,
was a lot.
something-
Retro
There is
got evil
someone
with that
at
shit.
Rare who is a butt. He is straight up a butt. I'm not saying like metaphorically he is an asshole. No, he is literally an butt. His face, his hands, his butt is a butt. He's got a front butt and a back butt. He's all butt.
Front butt and a
And
back
he
butt.
hates the world for being a butt, and he hates you. Have fun.
But no butts.
But I got real angry. I don't remember what level it was, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with water. Water.
That's great.
All right, now we're working our butts off here.
I'm sure we can put a couple more butt jokes in there.
Booty, 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 walking over a wall.
There you go.
Anyway, anybody care to discuss Stormblood a bit?
Oh, it was Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Wii. That was the name.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that one.
So they did.
What was
I
that?
believe they
Blood?
did
What
Returns
returns?
on
Fearless?
Wii U.
I was talking about Stormblood, the expansion for Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I mean, you're the big Final Fantasy 14 guy, so tell us about it, because
This
it's
is your
like
spiel.
I only played that a little bit, so I don't really know much about it. I mean, what's going on with that 14? I mean, is it
All right,
is it worth getting or what?
All right, y'all know the beta, right? That you played on PS3, and it wasn't very
Oh, yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It was handholdy.
That's the only one I ever played on Final Fantasy 14.
Hey,
I
I
played the beta.
loved the beta. I made an elf lady, and she was a healer, and I healed all the bitches.
Well, here's the thing: it was so bad that you couldn't even teleport anywhere because you.
Oh, do you mean when the game first came out?
Yeah, when it first
Oh yeah,
came
when
out,
the game first came out, it was hot garbage. But I think there was a closed beta only for the people who had already bought the wonderful game that it was.
Yeah, see, the beta I'm thinking of was the PlayStation 4 beta after they reworked it and they were trying to get people back in. That's the one I played.
That's the one I played as well.
Yeah.
I did not play.
So
that
it was
one.
already fixed. It wasn't the bullshit one.
I played the launch one, and I swear to God,
I'm
the
so
graphics
sorry.
were worse than 11.
Yeah,
and you
I
had
heard
to
it was
teleport
bad.
in groups to save money.
Yeah, I heard it was really bad that originally.
And then they upgraded the graphics. They changed a lot of the core systems. Then they re-released it on the PS4, which is when I got it, like maybe a year after it released. And I made a character, named him after me, of course. And since then, I've been pretty much doing battle content and crafting. I'm mainly a crafter. But my main
Hold on, you named him Rick Ross, Phyllis?
Yeah, Rick Ross. He's an obese hustler.
Oh shit!
I think
My
the
bad.
only
Go
real
ahead, continue.
downside that I found with 14 is in what was the latest DLC that's not the new one, the
Heaven's
Dragon
Word.
one, Heaven's Word. I got to the point like I love Final Fantasy 14, but if it's not the main story, I cannot be bothered to care about people's problems anymore. It's like, hey, I need you to go to. I don't care. Just tell me where you need a loaf of bread. I'm gonna go get a loaf of bread. You need some wheat. I'm gonna get some wheat. You need me to slay 12 dragons? All right. You need a dildo? What? Never mind. Don't worry. I'll get it for you.
What?
I don't know. If they start asking for dildos, man, I ain't getting that shit. They can go get them themselves.
I need my XP.
That shit might be dirty, man. I ain't getting no dildos.
I got so many wood to chop. I gotta make a sword. I gotta make some gloves, and I gotta make those gloves so I can make better gloves. But they're only better gloves to make the better gloves because I need those really good shoes to make the even better pants. The
Sounds fun,
crafting
man.
is there so you can craft. The only actual, in my opinion, the only actual useful crafting skill is cooking, because cooking is great for you. But the best way to get the best crafting gear, like to actually make your good crafting stuff, is to have all the other crafting skills to make that good gear, or buy it from other players. So you might as well get to crafting.
You can buy stuff from other players, like with real money?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I didn't know
With
that.
in-game money, you can buy anything.
Well, damn, Phyllis, why are you not hustling motherfuckers and getting all the good shit and selling it?
Marketplace that you can make money from.
Yeah, you could be racking. Phyllis could be rich with. He's so great at the game. He could be peddling all his good shit no one can get, man. Motherfucker selling shit for $20.
I was fishing sharks. I was fishing sharks all the live long day because they was expensive.
Oh, I'm telling you, that's awesome. I like stuff like that.
I got level 60 crafters across the board, and I sell regularly, so I got a couple
Nice.
million in Gale. But here's the thing: the crafting system could be better because a lot of those items that you get that you have to craft the high level stuff with, like the blue gear that I'm wearing, I had to have somebody else make it for me because I couldn't afford the materials.
Damn, how much does it cost though? You're talking about you got $1 million. What does it cost? Half a million? $2
You
billion?
also have to keep in mind that you can gather all these materials as well. You don't
Yeah,
have to
but
buy them.
You have
You
to
can
go
just
to the
farm 'em.
diadem to do it. And the diadem has monsters that are tougher than the raid content.
Yeah, but if you have some good people to play with, then you should be
Ridiculous.
fine.
Well, that's true. I think that's the point.
They
It
have
takes
plenty of
20
systems for you to group up with people, Fearless. That's on you.
Yeah, but
Yeah, man.
I don't want to sit there and gather for like 10 minutes and then get killed by a
And are you
monster. I have to
telling
go
me you
back
don't have a raid ready character?
Meet some people. Meet some people,
Yeah,
Fearless.
I do have he's raid ready basically, but I'm not top level. I had to make my own gear.
Also, I will admit that is the one biggest downside to playing Final Fantasy XIV is if you want to be a DPS, be prepared to wait for any of the event queues because 90% of the player base is a DPS.
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah,
what
it's
it
gonna
feels
get-
like, at least. If you're a
That's
DPS,
crazy.
you get like an hour wait time, and when you pick a healer, oh, what? You ready? You want to go
Instant.
now? Okay, cool.
There you go. Come on in.
I made a warrior tank, so I'll have to wait for 5 minutes. But it's gonna get 10 times worse when the new expansion comes out and everybody's playing Samurai and Red Mage, which are both DPS classes.
Red Mage is
I am
DPS.
perfectly
That's
fine
weird.
with my healer.
Yeah.
Well, Red Mage, the problem with the Red Mage is that Red Mage is a catch-all character, and they have to put it somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's kind of like, I don't see him as a DPS
Because
guy.
it's not a
but-
tank, and
Yeah.
it's not a healer.
Yeah, that's true. Where you put him, you're right.
Yeah.
I guess
they
he kind of got a little bit of everything.
They have a
So that
summoner
makes sense.
character who is kind of heals, and you can have as a main healer, but does much better as a off healer.
Mhm.
But even then, it's kind of pushing if you want that person to solo heal, because it's not really going to happen.
Yeah.
I think the only curing move that the Red Mage has is Vert here. Rest of it is just Vert Thunder, Ver Air, and
Also,
Vert Fire.
If you like Final Fantasy music, you will love 14. 14 has some of the best Final Fantasy tracks I've
I
ever
love
heard.
their music.
Like, if you ever get the chance, just
I
look up
have the
look up
MIDI
any of the
files, dude.
summons.
I have all the MIDI files on my phone, so if that tells you
for
anything.
14.
All of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
You got the one for Sophia? The Sophia
Probably.
raid is pretty cool.
probably.
I think my favorite song is
got a
somewhere
lot.
between
lot.
Titan and what's the wind demon lady?
Garuda.
Yeah, Garuda. Garuda. Oh my god! And that song's in fucking what's it called? Final Fantasy 15 as well.
No,
I
really?
love that song. Yes.
Which one? Where at?
It's
On the
Garuda song.
like tracks for your.
on the tracks that you can have in your
Okay.
car. Yeah.
Yeah, well, all the songs are there.
My
Yeah.
top three are
It's the badass one. If you need to know
The
which one.
badass one. I
It's
don't
the
know.
badass one.
All the ones I like and that I play the most are the early ones, like the ones they redid on the MIDI files, like the 2 and 3 and stuff. Like, oh my god, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I love them.
my top three songs for Final Fantasy are Sophia theme, the one for Sephiroth,
Sephiroth was good.
and
Yeah.
and the one for
Kaifka was the
Final
best.
Fantasy-
Kaifka. Final Fantasy 6. Dun
Yeah.
dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun dun
Well, that I will
dun
agree
dun
on.
dun 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 dun
like
Like that was
one,
the perfect
and
like
you
evil
remember
guy song. Oh my
You
god.
remember the main theme for the bad guy from 9? I can't remember his name. I think it started
Oh
with a
god.
K.
Bad guy from
Yeah, I
Nine.
don't remember him, but I kind of know the song a little bit. Like I
Yeah.
can't remember it. Yeah, I don't remember his
I
name.
think
but-
that my only downside is that even though he was a bad guy, he wasn't the bad guy, and I felt bad.
well, there's a lot of bad guys like that. Like in
I know,
Final Fantasy 2, like the Golblez. Remember, he thought he was the bad guy, and really he was your father.
I always
It was
feel
like
bad,
it was like.
it's like you always have this guy. He's like, I'm the baddest ever. I'm gonna win. You're gonna lose. You beat him. Like, oh,
It's like, guess what? This other
You're
motherfucker's pulling all the strings. Ah!
Yeah,
you
my
thought
third
you were independent, but you just a puppet, bitch.
Yep.
my third favorite Final Fantasy theme is the Battle on the Big Bridge, Gilgamesh theme from Final Fantasy 15.
Mhm.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, that was pretty good too. all the Final Fantasy music from the very first one till now, they've all been great. Like they got good composers doing the things, man. Always have. Even when they were doing fucking computer MIDI files, they were good.
Yeah, it's hard for me to give up Square because they never screw up a game really.
They don't. No, they don't. I mean, the games are good. If you pay $60 for them, you're getting a good game. If Square made it,
Yeah.
for the most part. I mean, it might not be perfect. You can, you can pick some things you don't like about it, but you're gonna get a game that's worth. It's gonna be 40, 50 hours every time. Like they're gonna give you hours.
They generally don't screw up. That's why I keep going with them, even through some of the bad practices.
That is the one thing I do appreciate about 15, as long as it did take for it to finally come out. They didn't want to put out a game that wasn't good and that wasn't ready.
That's true.
But that being said, I have no such loyalty towards Bungie or Activision.
Oh, shit.
Oh, come on. Don't be hating on Bungie now. Don't be hating on Bungie. Look, I'm not a Bungie fanboy by any means. I don't even like Halo.
Next year.
But Activision, honestly, is the better of the big companies, man, because their games actually work when they come out.
Yeah.
Look at EA.
They want all your money, but they've kind of earned it.
Yeah, they make sure at least when you buy a game for $60, you get a game that works when you get it.
Yeah.
It's not like Battlefield, fucking 3 or whatever, 4 or whatever. It's like you get it and then you can't play it for 6 months.
That is the one thing I wish EA and Ubisoft would learn. You put out a game that works, people go and bitch about everything but that because it goddamn works.
That's right.
Like that is always the first complaint that I hear about Ubisoft games. It's like, oh wait, someone's face exploded.
Yeah, or EA's too, especially the DICE stuff and the stuff they push. They make DICE and do it quicker.
Which company did the baseball game with the horrifying faces?
Oh God, was it EA?
I think that might have been 2K.
Yeah.
Was it MLB
2K?
Show,
Might have been.
right?
The show, was it which one? Because I got the 14. The show is 2K. 2K.
2K.
Yep.
Let me double check this, but there was some baseball game that was just gave me nightmares.
Yeah, the show was 2K. I'm pretty sure. I got the show right here. Let me check it out. Yes, 2K.
Yeah. On that note, do we have anything else really to hash, or are we?
Not really.
No.
No.
I accidentally put a P instead of a B, and I am so sorry. Oh no.
Oh shit.
I found
my little playing that arms thing though, Ducky. He's been playing it the whole time.
Yeah.
It's working pretty good, man.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it was MLB The Show.
Yeah, show.
If you ever get a chance, look at
which year though?
Actually, you know what? With the power of science, I can actually just show you what the stuff is.
Nice. Power of science.
Hold up.
Bill Nye, this motherfucker.
I'll figure this shit out.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back on some 14. It's gonna be a pain in the dick to get all that money I lost yesterday back.
You gonna get back on some trials, Phyllis? It's about that time, ain't it?
Oh,
yeah, it is Friday, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
I don't mean that I didn't know which day it was.
That right there. That.
Wow.
Anyone who can look at their screen. That is nightmare fuel.
Crap. What the hell?
That was a face.
Hey,
Not
yo.
anymore.
Wow.
And on that note, to everyone watching, I am so sorry. I will make it go away now.
Damn.
How do I stop?
Fuck.
Well, somebody chopped a pile of matchsticks in half.
As per usual, your moderator, Duck McGavin, it has been a pleasure to serve you. And we will always be here for you. Your player too. Out.